got my Denver Broncos shirt on for the Mile High City today. I wore this on purpose.
What's going on?
Well, Colorado passed weed, so every year in Colorado, people are smoking weed in the streets. They have festivals, the whole shit on 420. Same with California. But, however, in Colorado, you don't need a license or anything. You can literally just walk in and buy weed. And that's anybody. So as long as you're 18 years old and you have a driver's license, you can just walk in, buy weed, and it's an amazing state.
I still haven't experienced that. You
have.
I
have. Well, I've been.
And it really is.
Yeah, we had a gig
majesty.
in Denver last year for our sister show, Drinking Bros, and I was just like, so we all took a group field trip there.
And it was that easy.
That easy.
In.
We wanted to see what the hype was about.
Sure.
So we walked in, and I was just like, because in LA, there's a whole fucking in Los Angeles, California, there's still a whole rigmarole where it's like you got to sign in.
And like go through a doctor.
Yeah, there's weird, like you have to go and get this fake, weed card from a doctor that's like $40.
Yeah.
And it's this guy who's just this stoned out, like, this Asian man, and he's just like, oh hey, and they walk you through the whole thing, and they make you think like it's a big deal or that it's important, and so they sit you down, they put you in a lobby like it's a real doctor. I mean, literally, it's just set up in a fucking strip mall, all these doctors, and the doctor's like, you sit down with the doctor, and he's like, oh,
how are your headaches? You're like, I didn't say
I say I had headaches.
You do.
Oh, you do. Are you having problems sleeping?
Yeah.
Tell me.
You are.
Tell me you're having problems sleeping.
Yeah,
You're like, all right, I'm having
like
problems
that.
sleeping.
How's your back
and
problems?
And he goes, what, would you think marijuana would help you with your problems sleeping or your back problems? And you're like,
you just have to say
yeah, I guess. And he's like, okay, great. Would you say that you might be addicted to marijuana one day, or you think you might get addicted to marijuana one day? And you're like, no, like I don't really know anybody addicted to weed. And he was just like, oh, great. So here's your card, and we wish you the best.
He's just laminating it as he's talking to you.
No, you go into a separate room,
okay.
And the woman behind who's at the counter, like the front desk, she just laminates it for you. She's like, $40 cash. Great. Have a great day. And you just walk out into the world and then go get your weed, and you're like, this is fucking weird. Like, why? I don't.
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
It's just to go
then
through all
you go to a weed store in Los Angeles, and there's like, it's still sketchy. We gotta knock twice, and then they open the door. You go in. There's like huge security guards, guns, and it's like you're still like, man, I feel like I'm in a back alley. Like it's easier to get weed from a drug dealer in a back alley than it is to where you're like, well, this is kind of a pain in the ass.
Since they passed, made it legal, kind of more legal in California, it's getting a lot easier. My dad just got one off of Skype, like Skyped with the doctor, and he just like sent it to him.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a nice
it's like
thing.
Getting easier.
Yeah. Well, look, California just passed the same law that Colorado did.
Well,
so
you
it
still
should be.
Need your card.
Still need your card, but I heard in a couple years you won't.
Yeah.
But Colorado was legit,
Forget
where it was like, if there's any questions at home of like, oh, how easy was it? It is as easy as going to fucking
get alcohol,
Walmart or something. Like, yeah, you're just like, you just walk in, they're like, oh, great, we'll see you right now. And then you go back in. The people are kind, they're helpful. They talk about the strains, what you can do with it. They get sodas, ice creams with weed in them, gummies, gummy bears. All kinds of candies and shit, and you're like, oh my god, this is wonderful. You were
the best.
You were a wonderful
Wonka.
host, yeah, and they're all super nice. And not only that, but every employee is amped to be working there.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a bunch of cocksuckers who are just like, what do you want? They're like, oh man, they love their job because it's all stoners who work there, and it's like you're living out your dream, and you're super helpful and rad, and I'm not gonna shit on your life or your decisions in life because you're living your dream right now.
Right.
And you work with weed all day long. So it's kind of a great thing.
Yeah.
So to Denver, I'm a Falcons fan today, but today we're rooting for Denver.
Gotcha.
Rooting for Denver today.
420.
420. For 420.